I had myself muted. Hi, people. How are we doing? Happy July. Oh my God. I haven't seen y'all in like forever. Literally, it's been a month. Life has been lifing. But I conquered the mini boss level and we're here. We're back. Hi. Hello. I missed your faces. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are relaxing in the heat of drinking lots of water, doing all that good stuff. I appreciate all of y'all's patience and understanding with everything that has been going on. But we are here today and we are back on schedule. I was thinking we could do some Genshin Impact today because I kid you not, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, it's my first time streaming in a while. Do I really want to rage at that one boss that I'm stuck at in Resident Evil 2 right now? And the answer that my brain gave me was no. So we're doing Genshin Impact today because I have quite a bit to catch up on there. There's some Archon Quest stuff that I still have to do that we'll truck our way through. And yeah, that's the plan for today. Speech chat kicked me out. Okay, there we go. Now I should be able to hear you guys when y'all are ready to talk. All right. Let me log into the PlayStation and we shall be ready to go. I want to see if I can remember how to do this without properly seeing the buttons that I have to press. Screw that. We're gonna go with the number pad. The number pad is superior. Why are you making me sign in? Are you about to make me update you, PlayStation? Has it really been that long? Don't call me out like this. That's so rude. Let's see. Okay, fine. We have a system update that we have to do. After I ate breakfast this morning, something whispered in my ear and said, update your PlayStation. And I did not listen to her. These are the consequences of my actions. It's fine. The good news is it shouldn't take too long. Alright, we're doing a quick restart and we should be ready to go after that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's charging. That's good. All right. The very good news in all this is that Genshin doesn't need an update. So on that front, I'm happy. I may have spoken too soon. What are you doing? Well, it's letting me play you, so we're gonna have to handle this later. Yeah. Or are we just gonna be stuck? Am I gonna have to improvise? Like, actually? Of course. After I delete Genshin off my computer, this is what happens. It's understandable since I've been gone for so long, though. Let me see. Check my downloads and see where we're at. Because we might have to switch to Resident Evil 2 Frustration if this is the case. At least until it finishes downloading. I can cry for like 10 minutes. Whoa, speech chat must have did some updates because she sounds crisper in my ears. Wow. Okay. Love that. Can I close this? Leave it to update. And I'll go torture myself for a few minutes. And then once it's finished updating, we'll go frolic. Like, how do I explain it? Before, she was like... It really sounds like they gave her voice an upgrade. She sounds like normally, like before like last stream that we had, she sounds a little not muffled, but more say like boxy in tone. Now she's like crisp, clearer, as if speaking through a microphone or something. A very nice microphone. It's all coming back to me now. I remember what a crap situation I was in. We're gonna have to do this all over again. Do I even remember controls? Oh my god. I knew that he went back. Okay, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. Hit it. Ah! Oh my god. Rogue Dad's on the loose. Yes, I am aware that the large steel container can cause a lot of damage. I know. He didn't even feel that. Oh my god. Did he just stand there watching it? Weird flex. Yeah, we were planning on playing Genshin Impact, but it needs to update, so for the time being, I decided to torture myself. Let me see where it is in the downloads. Yeah, it's almost done. I can torture myself for a few more minutes. I don't even have this type of gun. I wish I had this type of gun. Ah! Well, I'm gonna take that as we both got hit by the container, and therefore, I'm semi going to get satisfaction from that. Oh my god. Yeah, but I woke up this morning and I was like, do I really want to torture myself with this boss fight today? And my brain was like, nah. Still moving. Oh my god. He's impossible. This is impossible to do if you have motor dexterity issues. With this setup, I should say. Let me check before I go again. Boop. 3 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. That was one hit. I usually last longer than that. What even Archon quest are we on in Genshin Impact? Like, I'm still in Fontaine, so it's not like that matters, but I'm genuinely curious. This woman, she needs a dodge roll. My life would be greatly improved if they added a dodge roll to her for this. Gonna do the jump ace, and I ran into that. I'm sorry. Right on time. Okay. Switch. What even was I doing last time we did Genshin? I don't even remember. But I guess we're gonna find out. I know my Stellar Reunion's probably gonna be open because it's been 5 million years, so that'll be nice. Also, there's like a bunch of new characters now that I know nothing about. I just see them on Twitter and I'm like, oh, that's nice. So I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. They really said, hello, you have stuff to do. Oh my god. Okay. I remember when my quest list used to be so clear. Nothing to do but dailies. Back when I cared much more. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. Where's the Stellar Reunion? Yeet. I do like how they did this menu, though. It's a lot easier to navigate, in my opinion. This one! This girl is the last character that I saw. What does she do? She's got a little bubble gun. I'm curious. She's an archer. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? The bubble gun says it all. Wait! You aim it? What does it do? Bond of life will absorb healing effects that a character you see. This will prevent them from recovering HP. Oh!
That wasn't very nice.
Okay, wait, we gotta wait for the reload. She's not very strong, but I don't expect that of her. She seems to be a healer of some sort. Wait.
Getting you.
Oh, Claymore.
I can take it. Frost is coming. Getting gear. Sinking feeling.
This is also a nice controller refresher for me that I'm not taking too seriously.
Floaty party. No, my soul. Let me weave you a verse.
Zincho is not strong enough for this. Ooh, her ultimate is up.
Just relax.
Oh my god! She has a giant, like, injection thing! I'm screaming.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Ah, what? What? You just kicked me out of the trial. Okay. We do not need to be here anymore, and I forget how to leave. Okay. Let us continue doing our conquesty things. Wait, which button is it? L1. Oh, right, that's what I was doing. I have a whole portion of the map that isn't unlocked. Genshin, Genshin, Genshin. I see you, statue of the seven. Will you allow me to climb? Is that an option? Because I would really like to be able to see where I'm going. That would be awesome. Okay, I gotta be a good player now. We gotta make sure that we clock teleporters and all that fun stuff.
With the wind.
What is this? Bubbles and to activate a small group of... This looks like a puzzle. Is it a music puzzle? It is. Do you use water to activate them? Is that the deal? Wow, I just did that like randomly. Ooh. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I'm coming. I got you. Where's Chi-Chi? Oh, I'm rusty. Zhongli is not my strongest person, but I had to wait for Hitao to get back up. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so for where they're asking me to go, do I need to go back under the water? Is that what we want? Teleport points I'll worry about later. I just don't want to be like super blind on the map. Is that a slime? Do I want I'm not gonna mess with it. Curiosity killed the cat. I'm not gonna do it. What are these?
Stabilize.
Okay, the answer is they're not very nice. Okay. I'm extra leany today, apparently. But I've been away from my PlayStation for a little while, so it's expected.
Gather.
Whee! What even are these things? Are they just like turrets or something? Oh jeez. Wait, there's someone over there. Oh god. Why do I feel like I just stumbled into a side quest I want no part of?
Witness the power of Gugwa.
There's no end to this stupid mecha. Oh, my lovely muscular legs are... Thank you, friends. If it weren't for you, I'd still be taking a beating from those mecha. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Desnos, a member of the Fontaine Research Institute, an assistant researcher where I used to be. Now I'm responsible for receiving the adventurers who come here for recruitment and conducting preliminary qualification reviews. They're called preliminary qualification reviews, but it's more just me checking if they're carrying all the proper documents with them. After all, some adventurers can't even get their documents right. Recruitment, you said? Is there money with that? Yes, as you said, we've been asking the Adventurers Guild to recruit adventurers who can investigate and search the ruins of the Fontaine Research Institute. After all, nearly the entire institute was destroyed in an explosion. We don't have a lot of manpower. This violates the institute's non-disclosure agreements and some other regulations, of course, but technically only on paper. Someone named Edwin made a mistake, and then there was an explosion at the institute, right? Oh, so everyone knows, did they? Ugh. Must have been some journalist from the Steambird with nothing better to do. Anyway, that's what happened, and that's where we are now. In other words, you're looking for people who are good at searching for things in the ruins. We're good at that. Depends on what it is. I can see that you're more confident than ordinary people, and I believe you've got a good reason for that kind of confidence. I'm glad you're interested in the commission. But if you're really planning to take it up, I'll have to ask you to fill out some simple forms. Is this the qualification review? Yes. Your comprehension and attention are excellent. Better than ones who came before you, anyway. Sounds like a lot of work. We don't usually have to jump through all these hoops when we take a commission. Well, the commission concerns confidential items within the Fontaine Research Institute. The ruins contain scholarly papers and research results that must be retrieved. These are assets of the Fontaine Research Institute, and they are the foundation for rebuilding the Institute. Indeed, the hope of the entire court of Fontaine. Only trustworthy, upright elite adventurers would enter the ruins and search them. Blah, blah, blah. How many people have you recruited so far? It's complicated. That's his answer. Okay. Because his standards are high. Uh-huh. This is a lot of dialogue at this point. We get it. We get it. I didn't even notice that he had an injured leg. I'll mark the location down on your map. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do this. I want to do our conquest stuff, but might as well get this out of the way. Nope, you can't make me do it. Okay. It says the statue of the seven thing is like above. So I bet it's like up on top of that rock formation or something. Wait, I'm walking in the wrong direction.
With the wind.
This is one of those times where I wish I could get like an aerial view of things. Because when it comes to situations like this, it's much easier to see the statue lights from the sky. Oh, wait. There we go. I'm willing to bet it's like up there. Whatever those weird blocks mean. I keep pressing my touchpad as a map out of force of habit. Oh my god. Okay, I'll come back to that later. For now, we shall continue our conquest. I just know that child is still in jail in my save. And that's all. If it were up to me, he would stay there. Wait, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, we're still going up this way. I got nervous when they disappeared. Do I need to press a button for an elevator? I don't remember if I had to press buttons or not. Yep, there has to be some sort of button. Either that or a better teleport point.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death!
Did I say anything I shouldn't have?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish, and put down the Adeptus Temptation now!
The Adeptus
Paimon
Temptation?
talked to Sijwin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Oh, put me onto it. Are we really off track though? There are still a few weird things about the place. That movable hatch on the ground, as well as the question Sidney asked Lorvine, and also where they were really talking about. Oh, and was Lorvine and Jur's argument genuine, or were they just putting on a show? Paimon, hear me out.
You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to get the info to Linny.
Over the next few days, you and Paimon work at the stations as normal. Those terrible stations! During your shifts, however, you find the opportunities to write everything down. You manage to pass the slip to a busy Lynette as she happens to pass by. Her disguise is impeccable, and she does not even look at you. Disguise? Where? And finally, the promised ninth day arrives.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with Linny.
Okay. Meeting up with Linny.
Oh,
Hmm? Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
no, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has
Right, someone
also
escaped the
infirmary after
prison. I
faking an
forgot about
illness.
that.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
I'm not opposed to helping you.
Perhaps that's true. You're both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way.
I get to know.
Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh.
She's missing?
Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Could she have left a lead? Could she have found a lead and left to follow it?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
She's been kidnapped. I'm kidding. Probably not.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books
Oh
on
right,
understanding
Sigewinne is the
people's
nurse girl that's on the
motivations and
banner
feelings.
right now. I remember now.
Is it because she's a Melusine?
It's coming
or
back
does she
to
have
me.
a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time. None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But this bed is still unmade.
Which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Is Sigewinne up to something? She's too cute for mischief. What is happening? She's been kidnapped and drugged by the adorable nurse. Gasp. I forgot how dramatic this background music was. Wait, just investigate this random corner.
This is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Again? The look on Lenny's face is definitely beginning to panic.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, "Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards."
What?
This is...
Is that all?
Is there anything on the back?
This is...
Show me! Now!
Who done kidnapped this girl?
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she have... Is she already...
Papa, chill.
Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Why would he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt instead of the first?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
Why did he only go after Lynette, though?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't
That's what we
panic.
just
Think
said.
everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now.
What happened last time?
Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
I get it now. I don't. He deliberately made them both disappear.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it.
But where are they, though?
We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lenny, calm down.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for
Sir,
this team.
please don't get hero
I was the
syndrome.
one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I
Oh,
have to
he's got
go.
that look
I'll
in his
find a way to
eye.
get them back.
The look of anime character determination.
He's rushed out the door. After him.
Stage win! What do you have up your sleeve, little one?
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up.
Someone was listening in on them.
Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp.
What?
What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb.
Ah!
I like the feeling of being trusted. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic.
You can't trust anyone out in these streets.
Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! Wait!
Oh my
It's no
god.
use, we have to catch up to him.
Gotta hit the Hu Tao sprint.
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
I almost walked off the edge of that map. I would have been devastated. Okay, we're gonna follow the stars. Have we ever been in this office? I don't think that we... Nope, I've never been in here. I don't like it.
Face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
Hi, Amelia.
I have
Nice
also
to see you.
heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my
This
head?
is
No.
weird.
He's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's
Interesting.
not. What do you really want?
Winnie!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Sir, get to the
I'm
point.
eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your
I
original
feel
plan,
like this is
Mr.
a
Fremenet should
synonym
also
for
have
being
returned to the
drugged.
fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
Oh,
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremene's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
I was about to say he drowned
We're still
him.
here, so he definitely
Hello?
tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course.
This is
My
missing
intel
a
tells
score.
me Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremenet is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I. it can't
Dang,
last
he
out there
said he's
forever.
swimming with the
You need
fishes.
do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
Bruh.
You want to see Father?
All this
But why
for a
should she bother
Fatui
giving you an
audience?
audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should
She's
have plenty
not
of
gonna
motivation
take to
join
that
me
well.
for a parents' evening.
This man is
I've heard
bold.
that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Linny!
Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Are we gonna have to fight this man?
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Please wait. Can we really not talk about this some more?
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to
Oh,
stay
he
out of your
knows.
way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
I want to save Firminant and Lynette too. Come on, be nice.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, hmm? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your
Lord.
request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Can't believe he's asking about the hidden rules. If I recall correctly, you keep working without any rest during lunch. Our 3rd day, you'll have an emotional blah, blah, blah. Let's see if I can remember all the clues and piece everything together. All right, strange meat.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before
Oh,
lunch.
thank God, voice actor.
What could Sijuin be doing during that time? The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta. We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them. Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it.
Okay.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
Under what circumstances does strange meat appear?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he...
Huh? Okay.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time?
Can I switch to another question?
We
Can I
often see
come back
Miss
to
Sijuin
this one?
observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It's... We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
Why does the strange meat appear the way that it does?
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Okay, that's that. Under what circumstances does strange meat
I've
appear?
been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that... We often see Miss Sijuin observing the
We
prisoners
already
at
used
work near
this
the
one.
production zone. Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a
And
new
we've
trial
already
of an
used that
unnamed
one.
and According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so 2 of those are incorrect.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. The research notes said that the Melazine race... Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time? According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well. The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fanta. I've been told that the infirmary is...
Okay, hold on.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it.
Okay, this one is incorrect.
The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fanta.
I just don't see this book falling in line with that, so... No? For real?
The research notes said that the
Wait! Does that mean that people are eating?
So
Huh?
that's what's going on. I don't understand
Confusion!
now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if
Also,
they do,
why
they'll
is
get
Paimon wearing
strange
those
meat in their
glasses?
welfare
Oh
meal.
my god.
At first, we thought this strange
This
meat
is so
must have something to do with
unserious.
the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as
She
her
turns the
genuine
food into
concern
medicine.
for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melazines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Alright. Who sent the package containing the strange blood-colored
I've been told that the
semen?
infirmary is always empty for... Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone.
So we're using the same answers, just different questions?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
Okay. Why does the strange suit look the color that it does? Okay, that's...
The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he does... We often see Miss Sijuin. Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an...
Okay, we'll put that one there. We're doing process of elimination, y'all.
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an...
Oh my god! Let me go the way that I want.
Fanta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed... Fanta's internal report
Oh my God.
suggests that they're starting a new trial
Let
of
me
an
joystick
unnamed and unpackaged
properly. There we go. Send the package containing the fluid. I really wanted to go over to the other question, but let's just take a guess.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
Why do only those who buy tickets to support both fighters receive a return package? Okay, so that's...
According to Collins,
That's where this one is supposed to
Fanta's
go. Hold
internal
on.
report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fanta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on...
Cancel choice. Okay. Can I go that way? Okay, good.
I've been told that the infirmary is all...
Her looking down at the workers, that has nothing
The
to
Fanta
do with
promoter has
nothing.
been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fanta.
Okay, let's just put it through there. No, I bet you it's the opposite direction.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty. We often see Miss Sijween observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored it. The company must want... We often see Miss Sijween The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of...
Okay, that worked.
Ah, Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood-red drink.
That's a really
It's no wonder
sinister.
even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light.
There's only one more rule, right?
Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of spirit
Renee!
pay for this!
Wait! Ooh. Whoa. What just happened?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Siegeween. That was a fantastic shot.
I
It was
knew
nothing, Your Grace.
Siegeween was up to something.
Siegeween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Siegeween. You.
Are you his accomplice in all this? Yup.
Not at all.
I knew it.
I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
Boo,
Unless
Siegeween.
Sir Nervy asked me to come
Boo.
here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties.
She
But if
said,
you mean what you just said, then
I am an
isn't Renee
indifferent
someone you should be
third
looking
party.
after as well? Isn't
if
he
you're
a
close with
resident
me,
here just
Willette,
like the rest of
why
us?
not learn a thing or two about virtue from him?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervylette told me to do.
Girl, you're looking
Everything
at
I
things
did,
in
I've
black
done to
and
protect
white,
them.
child.
Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Siegeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
I'm
Well,
screaming.
it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. But let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
This is so
Don't be
unserious.
like
What
that,
is
Your
happening
Grace.
right now?
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Siegeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You. What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
Who?
Some space, please.
Oh, hi.
Ah, Miss Cloran.
New electro baddie.
Remine.
Oh no!
Remine.
What's going on? What is Cloran doing here?
Work.
I'm
Wow,
sorry about
she's
shooting
short.
you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
These symptoms, it can be.
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
What did y'all expect to happen?
Makes sense.
Leading a child into
I'll
the
need to give
deep
Mr. Fremine a
ocean.
more thorough checkup.
This is so
Your
dumb.
Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
This is very savage. I do not appreciate it.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Is he not
Please,
supposed
look
to
after Mr. Fremine for the
be
moment.
able to do that?
I'll go
The
fetch
way
some
he just
medicine and a
described,
respirator.
the child was
I'll
heated.
bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are
This
correct,
is so
she should also
weird.
be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
This is so weird.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sijwin may have been forced to shoot Mr. Lenny again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea.
I'm screaming.
Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Lenny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
All this to get an
My
audience
eyes and
with his
feet are
mom.
Still a bit weak.
This is crazy.
That's probably...
I'm back, everyone. Lenny! Oh. Remine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Hi, little bit.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us? The Duke and Clarande are gone.
Yeah, that's weird
They
too.
probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit.
Finally. Clarence said Fermine from the student. Just what happened there? Yeah, that's what I want to know. This is all very strange. First, he pulls this stunt supposedly to meet their adopted mom, mother, father, whatever they call her. And now we have this weird thing going on with the boy in the sea. What is happening? I feel like he was trying to accomplish like two birds with one stone of something. But I just don't know what. Also, they're doing yard work outside, y'all. So if y'all can hear the leaf blower extraordinaire or see me muting my mic a few times, that's why. I definitely don't want it to be all up in y'all's ears.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Welcome back, Wee Nugget.
Linny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine, and you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Oh,
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
he looked
No,
real spooked.
listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
What happened after you snuck into the pipes?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, do we get to play him? Or what?
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
A platformer? Oh, it's a character trial. I know nothing about this child. So, child. We're gonna do our best.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
I can't believe I'm down here by myself with this wee child. They must have real faith in his combat abilities. Wait. I think I shouldn't have rotated that. Or maybe I can go over to this side and rotate it this way. Maybe.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Okay. So we're gonna have to go back down from whence we came and rotate it using that switch. Okay. Let's go back down. Oh, I can't use the switch again. Okay. So the next question, I suppose, is are there any other options? Let's see. Maybe I just wasn't standing in the right spot. Because this is just to lower it, right? Wait, can I fly over to it though? Wait a minute, it gave me a hint. Do it again. That went by too fast. Try adjusting the rotary plate to correct. Huh? What? The rotary plate to the correct angle before turning it. What do you mean? How do I do that? Okay, so I can't climb up on it. Like, the only other way I can see of doing that is to rotate it back to where it was before. Dropping it back down and going back to that other switch and rotating it. Like so. Can I touch it? Still no? Well then, how do I rotate it then? The instructions are clear, but the layout is not. Wait. That just clicked in my brain. Hold on. Can I do it before raising it? Doo-doo. Boop. Okay. Where do I need it to go? I need it to go over that way. So when it goes up... Yeah, they're matching. Okay. I probably need to rotate it a little more. Because where's the other piece of... Well, I could still go from here. And the door is open, so I'm on the right track. Okay. These are some very interesting pipes.
This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Wait, if there's primordial water in the sea, is Child okay? Like, I just want him disposed of. I don't want him dead. We ain't got to do all that.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
Yes, go near the suspicious traces, my child. That's completely
Traces
safe.
are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the?
It was just there?
My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Oh god, his HP is actively going down. We're sprinting.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater.
This would give me a water phobia forever.
I have to push on.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Got it. I'll go talk to him.
It's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come?
No, please go on without me. I don't
I
want to
don't
leave
blame
just yet.
him. Wesley is annoying. Just tell me what's going on for real.
Lenny,
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Are we gonna get to ask Sejuine about that third question? Huh? Are we done with the trivia? Let's see. Walking, walking, walking. This fortress is huge. Explain.
Excuse me?
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sejuine?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Okay. Enlighten us as much as
Where
you
should I
like.
begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Why didn't you stop
Initially,
them?
I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own.
Oh,
Of course, it's
he
inevitable
escaped.
that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went, so I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true that you're also a former criminal?
What does that have to do with anything? But okay, Paimon,
Why
sure.
would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some
That
support
is a
from
good
the rest
point.
of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone
That's
really
not
exists?
something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts.
Well, I'm
All I need to
asking
prove
it.
to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yes.
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
We've had enough trauma for a lifetime. This is nothing. Give it.
Follow me.
Some would argue they've had enough trauma for 1,000 lifetimes over. Ooh, secret stairs.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
I was about to say, are we just gonna drop?
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
And that is...
What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
I'm screaming.
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen the whole thing. So let's go. Why am I only traveler right now? Now I'm scared. I've realized the gravity of this situation, and I do not like it.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa. They all just went up one by one.
What's that in the middle of the
Go
room?
on, have a look.
I don't want to look. What if I don't wanna?
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it.
Is it tracking like primordial seawater or something?
So I investigated. Any guesses? Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
I was right.
A concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking into the sea?
That's very likely.
So pollution?
Forget about the two of us! Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Paimon, what do you know? What's happening?
I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate.
Oh.
For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
That's bad. Okay, y'all, hold on. I have to take a bathroom break. This is getting good. The bones of your enemies are required to perform such rituals. So I wasn't destroying skeletons for nothing. See, y'all, this is why you destroy everything. Did this man just interrupt a foul legacy?
If you have been wronged, we will find the truth.
What is happening right now?
Must be upheld.
Oh my god!
Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleaning?
Seer? Mom? It's the way BD ran over. I already know. Wait. Stop. He's alive. I thought he died. For real. Hi, Mr. Cordova. How are you, friend? Donut, please. I'm running off of pure instinct right now. Donut, why are you surprised by this? You should know.
Right? I don't know why you're not surprised. Is this the part you said would be devastating? Because this isn't devastating. This is living.
For this. Oh my god, I am droid baby! Yay! What are we doing? What are we doing, bestie? Elias, what? Also, do we see this? They're glitching. They're dancing. Someone clip this. They're dancing. They're dancing to the battle music. Look at this. Okay. I don't have the permission to go where? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the heck, bro? Hold on. Wait. Well, mom just confettied the crap out of me.
Congratulations. Happy Valentine's Day, Pete. Ain't no more. It's how it goes. I gotta clean this shit up.
All you done was make passable dirt soup.
Brock, you know,
okay.
Brock
No,
is
it
right.
ain't.
Brock is
This
on
ain't
to
right.
something.
All the pieces ain't welding together true. Like, what's with him calling you Loki anyway? You know that ain't his name. Hey! I'm talking to you! You never shut up!
Pull the face.
Let go of the boy and face me.
Tell your brother to throw me the mask and you've got a deal.
Freya? If he dies...
No. It wasn't part of the plan, but if he dies, we are square for Heimdall. And honestly, you got a bargain.
I will kill you. Plan on that.
So nice spending time with you again.
Freya, please.
Can't be in two places at once, Frig.
No.
Period.
I didn't want this. I did not want this. Dude, this was all their fault. They've done this to us, to our family.
Thank you! Oh, no. We don't cry out here. We get ready to throw hands and then we cry later. Let's go. Oh, the poor cow. The poor cow is just constantly getting shot in the neck. All right, y'all, we're back. If this gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it.
Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird. Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the Primordial Sea? Who built this place anyway?
Your
Bible,
expression tells me
please.
you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves. And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the Sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontanian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent.
That's kind of
Now and
sad.
again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Do you
To be
believe in
frank,
prophecies?
not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So what are you gonna do about
Let's
it?
go somewhere else. I want to show you something. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
She said that's
I'm
not
skeptical as
fair.
well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
I'm a hero.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
How about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Ed who?
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high.
Uh.
I knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
Edwin's main areas of research were archeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
I'm screaming.
Focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
Is that really
See,
necessary?
everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Oh my god, not him calling them out like that.
Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
Why are you
If I
sweating?
dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Oh,
Jeez, forget I said anything then.
dang. Okay,
Follow me.
fine. Enemies to lovers, though. That's a thing that happens.
There's another door
I'm
that
just
goes
saying.
right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Is this just a normal room?
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
This is...
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna,
golden bee.
he created his nation above the surging waves.
That's interesting.
He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
Ah, colonialism.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a plan for the ages. Can't you share your plan with everyone? No, because the minute they find out there's a ship down here,
riots would destroy the fortress faster
yeah,
than a catastrophe.
They'll try and
As
take
the
it.
fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Means that my actions will decide the next step Lenny's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Lenny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford blah,
We'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great.
You go.
I look forward to what happens next.
Me too. Okay. Where we going? You know what would be cool if they allowed us to choose whether or not we tell them. I know they won't give us that, but that would have been cool.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Lenny sounds a lot more like his old self.
I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sejuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions.
He's ready for this.
Why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Meripede.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
Yep.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him.
That's true.
What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
Yerp.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Wriothesley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side.
Okay,
The
yay.
two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
Aww.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered.
Who knew? We have the
And thank you
Chewy
for sharing the secrets of the
friends.
fortress
That's
with
so
us.
cute.
We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Don't mention it. What was that?
Paimon's hungry.
You've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
I'm screaming, Paimon, please. What do we have to go to the cafeteria for? I don't think this is over. I think that something very fishy, no pun intended, is about to happen. Wait, is there a teleport point? Have I unlocked it yet? Let me see. Okay, where's the button for the elevator? Here she comes.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijween?
Uh-huh. And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Huh.
Oh, that's nice.
You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria.
What would you like to eat?
Huh? We can choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Oh. I'll have the tastiest stuff you have to offer.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon.
No problem. Just leave it to me.
The shakes are terrible. I'm screaming.
So delicious.
Amazing.
Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day.
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
Delicious.
Exquisite, thank you.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Sijween, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of
Both.
I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister?
Aww.
That's great to hear.
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well?
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Clorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
Aw,
You were
that's
all
nice.
super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress.
I'm sorry,
At
I
least
doubted
this
you,
has been His Grace's
Sijween.
style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
I'm screaming. What is that line? But that doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Nouvelette outside of his office. Yeah, what does she mean by that? Darkness and chaos. This man isn't a villain. Or is he? That's like so out of pocket. Or is it? Plot twist, Nouvelette's the villain this whole time. I had like a sneaking suspicion that like he might be the Archon for real, and the other girl is just not. But because we haven't seen any like grand displays from her. Every single Archon that we've seen has had a grand display. Not her. But I'm not so sure. She seems to be a lot of talk for someone with the omnipotent power of the sea in her grasp.
Has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm also getting there. Oh my god, not her lying on the bed like that. Wow, she really immediately fell asleep.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds. For free.
Good night. I can't. Are we gonna have a weird dream?
Out of my way! Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running?
Uh-oh.
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking.
Oh no. We slept while disaster is afoot.
Paimon still wants to sleep.
What's that sound? Come on, wake up. We need to see what's going on. Oh, not this alarm like this. Am I going in the right direction? I am.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
He said, I'm gone.
Wait!
Don't go out there in the water, you'll die.
What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah, there you are.
Oh, thank goodness.
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
I'm screaming.
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
He said His Grace said to evacuate outwards?
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
That's not right. Then that means whatever happened must have happened down below. Or...
It can't be that thing.
Oh no.
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey!
We have to go find the Duke. You
two just go and get out? Go on without us!
Yeah, we can handle it. We'll be all right.
Hey, hey! Be careful!
We will.
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer,
What if this is one of those oh, I have to go down. I was like, what if this is one of those situations where I press the elevator button and it's like, the elevator is in emergency mode.
evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention, please evacuate.
Wait, is the thing open already? Where's the set of stairs? Ah, it's over here. It's over this way.
They're here.
Oh my god, a real cutscene.
Just like I said.
What? What is happening right now? I feel a boss fight coming on.
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Huh? This man has a weapon like Violet in Arcane. Love that. That's probably not gonna last for long though. Oh my god.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, sir, slide!
This won't
barely missed him.
Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Until
Don't
he arrives,
die!
We're the last line of defense.
I kind of like him. Okay, we gotta go.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Period. Okay.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately.
Why?
Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Oh, I have whiplash. So, a harbinger is at the Opera House. The fortress is actively collapsing. Okay, all right. Okay.
Will do. You have my sincerest
What
gratitude.
about the fortress? Did we tell him about the fortress? The harbinger lady takes priority. Okay, fine. Fine, fine. 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 Also, did he say that the Archon was with her?
Look! There are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there! The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry! Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nervalet has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
Why would I need to protect the Hydro Archon? That's what's confusing to me about her. She shouldn't need the police. She is the police.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Okay,
traveler.
shoes.
I've
Wait.
heard much of your accomplishments.
I like
the
her
knave,
outfit.
One of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
Hi, pleasure to meet you. Meet you. So this is the knave. The head of the House of the Hearth and the Linne siblings' father. She certainly does not seem easy to deal with. Greetings.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here.
She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
She's talked with Child. Wait, Child should have no reason to have said something
I
like
wonder
that.
how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an
I love
excellent
villains like this. That fish. I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Farina looks quite nervous. There must be some bad blood between her and the knave.
So you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot.
Ordinary people.
But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
Managed to find if he leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
We don't know.
Well...
Oh no. Paimon's statement
The
just left
fortress
us
of
wide
Meripede
open.
lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. but there was no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
That is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying
This
our
is
time
weird.
in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the street.
You shouldn't be writing for him?
Is it something like that?
She's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but I can at least try to distract her from Furina. That sounds good to
All
me, yeah.
letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded. Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
She senses something.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Furina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Oh boy.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Who are you?
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow.
He said quite
So,
sure.
what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe
He's
it's
so
just your
annoyed.
sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
I want to see. Okay, thank you. Also, this theme, go off.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
This is beautiful. That's it.
This sentence is too severe.
He nipped it in the bud. So wait, the machine caused this? Is that what he means?
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
I'm screaming.
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
I'm screaming.
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
It's rocky, bestie. I'm not gonna lie.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house.
Her eyes are so
Miss
unsettling.
Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable?
She kind of has a point.
The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you, it beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon.
Ooh, sass.
How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Furina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the name's accusations. She means what she said. She's not
Then I
putting her
ask you,
front.
Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Why do you need to see it? So is that all a lie, or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now, but she deflated like a pop balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response.
Furina, oh no, babe, don't do it. Don't fumble.
That look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, Even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Oh!
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Nouvelette's task was. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea. But can he really deal with that all by himself? And is Fiorina being truthful or not?
I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise.
I'm screaming, not the shade!
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer. Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's
hello!
tastes,
How you
seeking a chance
been?
to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Oh! Of course.
Coming too.
Yay! She said with all the sarcasm she could muster.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
So what do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
There is no need. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings.
Oh, she's got a rule book.
I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina? You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meropide.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Right.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you.
Not the assassins watching her do this.
You
I'm
dare
screaming.
to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so... Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
So she took the Gnosis? Or what
It's
she
just
thinks is
as
the
I
Gnosis?
guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
That's interesting.
What are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The real Hydro Archon is Neuvillette.
So perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Like the fortress?
Yes,
But
Father.
there's-
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meropide. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet
I
as
wonder
well.
if Child has the Gnosis.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meropide will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
I think that
You
she's
should know the
right
rest.
in some
Linny's
capacity.
group is quite close to you. So
He either
they wouldn't
has
have
the
hidden
Gnosis
anything
and that's
from
why
you.
he's as OP as he is, or he is a part of the Hydro Archonness.
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, But now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
How'd you come to that
I
conclusion?
am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Eudex Nuvillet or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
That's a straw man
Of course,
argument.
that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Nuvillet?
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
May we ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask you some
Permission
questions?
granted.
You have enough power to force back the primordial sea. Does that mean you have some connection to the Hydro Archon?
That you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then...
This is so weird.
Okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
This is so strange. What did you sense in the fortress?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Not the rain starting.
Why is it raining all of a sudden?
That's what I mean. Who are you? He's all sad and all of a sudden rain. Thinking back on the legend and what Furman said, it said that a dragon of water once resided. He a dragon? Wait. I completely forgot about that little tidbit. There's been so much going on.
Than you think.
He's a dragon?
What are you thinking?
That makes so much sense. His eyes. Yeah. That makes sense.
What? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Neuvillette, are you listening?
My apologies.
They must be connected somehow.
We were just
Celestially, though.
We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right?
Yes.
Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Okay,
They say
interesting.
that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Interesting.
Elemental archons and
And
seven
7 dragon
sovereigns.
sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history.
So
In any
just
case,
like Duval
I believe I
and
will not be
Venti
able
are
to do
friends,
much unless
or
the
whatever
Archon
the dragon's
disappears
name
and
for
returns their
Mondstadt
elemental
is, it's
authority
the
to me.
same way with Fiorina
Given
and
the
Nubulet,
status
I
quo,
bet.
however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Ah, please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Okay. Over the river and through the woods. To the fortress we go. As they would say. Oh, the elevator's not working. They literally did that. Okay, this is just the production line. I'm assuming that I gotta go to the dormitories. Yeah, that. Oh! Wait, what is this? I don't know what that was for, but that was really sus. Is it like a puzzle of some sort? It's a puzzle of some sort, but I don't think I'm supposed to be down here yet.
right? Did either of you get hurt?
We're both doing
We're
great.
fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided.
How did Nervalette know that he was needed here?
Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced.
That
I
makes
ran into
sense.
the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both all right. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as
That's
well.
such a weird sentence.
Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Aw. That's kind of sweet. She said, I want to remember your facial muscles. Get you a friend that's like Siege Queen. I'm gonna speed through their dialogue.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't get...
Ah, and here I thought...
all right, there's no...
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Something. I was also transferred whenever he'd say that.
Hey, there's nothing...
These two. They sure are a lot warmer.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be...
Wait. Okay, no one's up here.
Courier, Miss Seashween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? What's you two?
Junior, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're fine, thanks.
You, are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
I'm screaming.
Really, you're just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
They're so gonna be together in the end. Friends, enemies to friends, to lovers. Please. I live for those situations.
Go! Huh?
You finally gonna tell me where to go? Thank God.
With Galvana.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Siblings doing sibling things.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, sweet
Looks
nugget.
like you're recovering nicely, Fremine.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
It was a little
Her
surprising.
attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her.
She's like,
she has
our
her
mother
own way
doesn't
of
hate
doing
you.
things, and she'll do
Wow, what an
everything in her power to
improvement.
help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
Huh. That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
I feel like they have us walking everywhere to and fro. They should put more teleportation points in this place. So much walking.
with the wind.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface?
I'm screwed.
Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think that's gonna work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
Aww.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Clorand has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Oh, Neuvillette.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own
For
fault for
him.
making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Is food still
You
covered?
may access the cafeteria for free. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
What's that legal protocol where inmates can go work during the day? I forget what it's called, but it exists. And this is what that feels like. I'm getting yelled at. I wanna handle this first.
Silly child Bill. We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
Feels like we regained our freedom.
Being free sure feels pretty special now.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like, we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
With best adventures ever.
Counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just the thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine. So don't worry, Paimon.
Alright then. Good night to you, traveler.
Good night to you, Paimon. Why do I feel like I'm gonna have a weird dream or something? Wait, child? Oh boy. What has happened to my boy in the sea? Whoa. Meanwhile, child is having a spiritual experience. Wait, is he in, what is it called? Is he back in the chasm or whatever it is? This is so strange. Time. Wait, wrong buttons. Time. Wherefore art thou? Over here. Wait, I have mail. There we go.
What class?
Now for a little rest. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Oh, we're leaving? Yeah, yes. Freedom. I don't like that title though. That title's not nice.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Meripede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and... Huh?
Oh! Not the earthquake.
What's happening?
You okay?
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke. Go! Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
That's true.
You've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I'm on observing.
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Actually, today is the day we say goodbye to the fortress.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice.
A lot of people have helped us out.
Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
Aww.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
That's cute.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just...
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
No, that's alright. It's not like we'll never visit again.
Don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Neuvillette was the one who asked us to come here, we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I thought we were gonna get a whole cutscene or whatever. I guess not.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. you can see yourselves in.
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede. And it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
You?
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
Oh, it was a
Massive
dream?
whale.
We had a dream about
That might be.
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tivat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
He's not from Fontaine, so he won't dissolve.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
There's something we'd like to ask you.
Yes? What is it?
What was the tremor we felt earlier?
Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water
That
levels in the
means fish.
Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
Sounds like a
There's
plan.
no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
Here we go to Poisson. Wait, how far are we from it? Of course, we don't have the teleport point unlocked. I did this to myself. It's fine. These are the consequences of my actions. We'll get them on the way. Oh, actually, it's coming up on 7. So I need to find someone to raid. I'm getting hungry. And I know I started a little bit later than I planned today, but my phone was being held hostage by a cousin. So, let me see who is on for us to raid. see Tiffany's on. I see Lainey's on. Let's raid Tiffany. Why not?
Silly churl, Billy churl.
Find my mouse.
Silly Billy, Hilly churl. Woo.
Okay, y'all. For the Twitch chat, we are going to raid the lovely Tiffany Richer. Alright. Be sure to give her all the good vibes for her stream, okay? And I will see y'all back here on Wednesday, where we'll hopefully be finishing up Dark Side Detective. Alright, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Bye!
Silly churl, Billy churl. Silly